weekend. Got with no name. What we're gonna do is go predictions for week 11. I got some theme music. See if it works. We'll see. Anyway, here we go. New Orleans at Carolina. This game already went off, so I'm just gonna go quickly over it, what I thought about it and stuff. So, um, I went with the line here. It was Carolina minus 3.5. The over under was 53.5. So, um, I went with New Orleans 3.5. New Orleans did cover by the half point, so I was right about that one. Just what I want to say about that one. Doesn't matter. It went off already. Doesn't matter. We got about 45 minutes here to get this up on the internet, so anybody can take a look at it. Let's get going. Sunday's game. Sunday at noon. Tennessee at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a minus 3-point favorite. With the over under at 53.5. Just so that you know, right off the bat, I went with every single game going over. I don't really put a lot of weight on that kind of stuff. They're pretty tame. The only one that's pretty much pretty high over under is this game. So these two teams played, I want to say, in like week 7, and they were scoring pretty good. And they think they're both playing excellent football at this point. I just think that Tennessee is playing a little bit better football. So we're going to go with Tennessee plus the 3 points on this particular game. Indianapolis is playing better football, but I don't think they're going to be as good as how I see Tennessee right now. That's just my take on the game. We'll see what happens. Jacksonville at Detroit. The line is at 6.5. Actually went down to 6, so Detroit's just a 6-point favorite. Over under is 47.5. I picked the over, as I said earlier in the broadcast, just a little while ago. Everything's going over. Sometimes you get a feel for football scoring a lot versus football scoring not so much. I went with Detroit plus the 6. I don't really see a lot coming out from Jacksonville. Detroit is at home, so I look for Detroit to win, and probably by more than 6. That's just my guess. Tampa Bay at Kansas City. Kansas City is a 7-point favorite in this game. They are at home. Over under is at 44. I picked the over. I went with Tampa Bay plus the 7 points. 7 is kind of a big line. Actually, there's a lot of 7-point lines today in Vegas. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but there's a lot of 7-point lines. Usually you'll see a lot of 3s, and sometimes you see a lot of 7s, 13s, and 14s in the blowout games, but there's a lot of 7s today. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay with the 7 points. I think the Kansas City is a better team, but Tampa Bay has a tendency to put up a lot of points, and Kansas City's been winning, but they don't put a lot of points in the game. So it's all going to fall on Kansas City's defense. We'll see. Chicago at the New York Football Giants. Chicago is traveling to New York, so we'll see how they do there. I think that the New York Giants will win by more than that 7 again, probably. So I'm going to take the Giants to win on this one. As I said, it's going to go over. Arizona at Minnesota. Minnesota is a minus 0.2. Minnesota is on a huge 4-game winning streak. I think they won 5 and then they lost 4. I don't know what happened there. Maybe somebody got a goat in Minnesota. I don't know. Arizona, they've been struggling too. And I'm going to go with Arizona on the road to win. Or outright win this game, possibly by a whole bunch, and then instead of just the 2. That's my take on the game. Over-under is 40, which is really low. So obviously I picked the over. Arizona, I already picked that game. Okay, Buffalo at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a 2-point favorite. That did go down from 3 earlier. 47.5 is the over-under. I went with Cincinnati. I was taking a look. I like Buffalo too. Cincinnati is just more consistent. I think they're just a much better team right now at home, so I'm going to go with Cincinnati winning this one. Minus 2 points. I think it will be close, but I think Cincinnati should be able to pull it off by more than those 2 little measly points. Baltimore at Dallas. Dallas is a 7-point favorite at home. Again, it's 7 again. I don't know what's going on in Vegas. 44.5 is the over-under. Baltimore has a tendency to lose close games. 7 points is not a close game. I think Dallas will easily take this one. They're just on fire. And, well, Baltimore in the north is Still on top of the division, but only at 5-4. So I think that Dallas easily wins this one. Unfortunately for Baltimore, it's not going to be a close game for you this time. Rolling along here, the last game that we got for the noon games is Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Pittsburgh is an 8.5 game favorite. This is actually more than at 7. The only question to ask yourself is, will Cleveland cover that? Or will Pittsburgh cover that? And will Cleveland be able to keep it close? I think last week I had the same dilemma with Arizona and San Francisco, and I went with, but I mean, different team, kind of the same thing though. But I don't know. I think with Big Ben Roethlisberger, and this team is a divisional game, but they're going to play in week 17, so I couldn't see what happened last time. Pittsburgh will cover it. They're a much better team. They're a whole new, different team with Ben Roethlisberger, so I think they will cover that 8.5 point spread. It's one of the bigger ones that we have this week. And with that given said, and that's being said with the a whole bunch of 7-point spreads. Okay, that's the noon games. We got 3 in the afternoon, and then we got the Sunday night and the Monday night. We got to roll on here. Got about 6 minutes left. Miami at Los Angeles. Miami is a 1-point favorite. 39 is the over-under. I went with Miami with that 1 point. I think they've been playing good football lately, so I think they will win this one by probably more than 1, even though they are on the road in LA, West Coast trip. Shouldn't matter, I don't think. New England at San Francisco. Another one, big line. Question to ask, will they cover? New England is a 12-point favorite. 51.5 is the over-under. That's huge. I actually wanted to go with the under on this one only because 51.5 is big. But I'm going to go with the over just to keep it simple. New England, yeah, San Francisco doesn't have, they just don't put the points up. So I think if that does go over, it's going to be all on New England side. That's what I think. And I don't think San Francisco has a prayer to this one, even though it is at home. And I know that the East Coast team is going to the West Coast. But New England is just going to, I mean, they're coming off a tough loss last week. So I want to see New England lost last week. Yeah, they did. So they should come out strong and whoop them. I mean, like, thoroughly whoop them. Philadelphia at Seattle. Seattle is a 6-point favorite at home. Philadelphia, 43.5 is the over. Philadelphia, well, I mean, I kind of like them at the beginning of the season. They are sitting at the bottom of their East Division, but there's a tough division. Seattle at home on the West Coast. I think Seattle will cover this 6.5 point spread. Green Bay at Washington. Kind of had a hard time picking this one, too, only because Green Bay, we know they're good. But Washington just been playing good. They've been playing pretty good. They've been putting up some points, and Green Bay hasn't been playing good. So I'm going to go with Washington to take this one with that 3-point line as well. Houston at Oakland. Hands down, I think Oakland's just going to destroy Houston. They're just playing really good too. And they are at home. So, however, this game is not at home. This game is in Mexico City. But and both of these teams are in geographically Hispanic areas, Houston being close to that, and Oakland being, well, you know, you guys know what Oakland, I hope you know how Oakland is. I don't know how it is, but you hear things. So it's really not a home game to say, but Oakland's just a better team. So that's my take. I'll see you guys next time.